Hi, welcome to the replay. So tonight we are going to be creating something for my front door. So I'm using this snowflake transfer that I was going to say is expired. Oh my god, is retired, but I do have some of them. I'm not sure how many I have, but I definitely have at least one. So I don't, if you like it, you don't have to worry. But there are some other snowflakes available on the website. Just getting my paste ready. Every project, so I had like a couple of projects that I had in mind to do tonight, and like each one of them there was some like element of whatever that I needed that I didn't have, believe it or not. Mostly because I needed black paste, because my black paste, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. So I have more coming, but my black paste won't be here till I think tomorrow or Monday. So it was like every project I was like, oh, I could do this. Nope, I need black. Or I need like a little something else for it. So, okay. Because this, I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to do it. So I hadn't really thought it out. So I'm going to be making a gnome to go on my front door. Oops. And right now I have a doormat out there. Well, honestly, I have my summer doormat out there. I'm not going to lie. But I have a gnome doormat. And then I have on my windows, I have wreaths that have this ribbon on it. And I have like a few pieces of the ribbon left over. So I'm going to incorporate that into this project. And this is why I'm choosing black for my gnome hat. And then snowflakes, because it's on here. And this, if you see, it's that like wainscoting, however you say it. The board, and I just cut these. I actually cut them to make witch hats, or to make witch hats. I had one witch hat that I did, and I never did the other ones. But so that is what these are for. Let me just move this way. I just don't want to end up like having it touch my hot glue gun. That would be bad. So I'm going to be really careful as I go over this because of the little grooves, but I don't know. Just want to be, you don't want to have too much paste on because it'll just kind of sit in the groove. And you'll notice I didn't fuzz this transfer. I have used this transfer many times. It is, I don't even know, it's a couple years old. And every year I do snowflakes on my front windows. I have a video on here in my like reels. I think it just shows up on my page though, but of my front windows. I also have it on TikTok too. So, but I just gonna do this to kind of coordinate, and I'm not gonna worry that it's like kind of missing in that little spot there. Actually, I'm gonna use this one twice, and I'm just kind of randomly placing them. And I just don't want to get paste all over my fingers. So I'm just kind of giving it a little push down with that. And just put a couple on here. So yeah, every year I do my front windows. One year I even did my neighbor's window. So it's just like, you could see it from the street too. Right, I'm only going to use that one for as far as the bigger ones. I'm going to kind of go with just the smaller ones now. Well, this one's not smaller, but let's see. And I'll put this one kind of hanging off a little. And I'm just going to be mindful not to like press it down onto the one we just did, because it'll just take that design right off. So you could put these like all over your front door, like any of the transfers, windows, whatever. Or if you, I have somebody that had a classroom and they had like a windows to their classroom and they put not snowflakes but a different design a couple years ago on their windows. It looked cool. Maybe we'll just do another one over here. This one I'll keep it all the way on. And now again, if you were using like a new transfer, you definitely would want to fuzz. This transfer honestly is like barely sticky because I've used it so many times. Because not just on my windows, but I've, you know, made quite a few signs with snowflakes on them. And each year they usually have something out that has snowflakes in it. So, but this one is, I think this one was like from 4 years ago. So let's see. I'll just kind of go, again, kind of just go off a little bit. I like when things, you know, like break the edge. I don't know, it's like an art thing, I guess. If you ever did scrapbooking, that's like a thing too, like in scrapbooking, always, I don't know like what, like I don't know like what it's actually, what it's called or whatever, but it's kind of like stuff just looks better when the pattern does that. Let's see, maybe we'll go like here. Now, obviously, if this didn't have the grooves, you really could like go crazy putting a lot of these on here, but I thought about actually doing like the buffalo plaid on this, but I think that would be like way too much with the, you know, the texture of the surface and everything. So let's see, we'll do this one. I always feel like I have to like hold my breath when I do this. I'm like, and I'm just putting them like, you know, there's no rhyme or reason, just kind of randomly putting them on here. Sometimes when you have a surface that has a, you know, like a texture or design like this, it's like a little more challenging, but let's see. Right in the middle. Now my face is so itchy because I'm going to be using like fake fur. It's like whenever I touch that stuff, it's like, it just makes my face itch. And I just picked up the bag and brought it over here, and I feel like I'm like, ugh. All right. So now we'll go with, we'll just do another one here. I was gonna say I have one more like small one, but I'll do one more of these. So yeah, if you were gonna do this on your windows and it was a brand new transfer, what you would want to do, obviously, like make sure your windows are clean because, you know, once you put the design up, you're not going to really be like cleaning your windows until you take the design down. But you want to make sure that you know, either with a fuzzing towel or like you take a bath towel or something, and you want to make sure you fuzz it a lot, because when you have a brand new transfer right onto a really slick surface like glass or mirror or something like that, sometimes it can be tough to like get it off of there. I usually only do stuff like that with like transfers that, for me anyway, that are like old that I've used. Like I've used them a lot of times, so they lose over time. They lose their stickiness. So, but I actually still have to go back and put a couple of snowflakes on the windows because I was recording it when I did it, and I was trying to like obviously be quick. Even though I was doing time lapse, I was really trying to be quick. All right, I think that is good because otherwise they're gonna kind of be like, you know, on top of one another. So let me just get this out of here. I don't know, I always just like the look of like the white chalk paste on like a black surface. It's just so pretty. We say it's like old school chalkboard, you know. Now it's the other way around. It's a whiteboard. They use the expo markers. Okay, so let me just put this on top of my plants over there. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this to the side. So I'm gonna just kind of slide it up without banging it into the camera. And now we will make our little nose. Oh, shoot, where'd I put it? So this is just like fleece. I actually have it for another project, and a styrofoam ball. And again, styrofoam ball was for another project. That's why it's painted on one side. So I'm just gonna kind of like, I don't know. This was like the most, that's gonna sound gross, flesh-like color that I had. I don't know. So I had pink as well, but I felt like the pink really, I don't know, looked kind of. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure I have enough to kind of make it around this. And I will be totally honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is just like a total wing it project. So we'll see. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little hot glue on here just to make it stay while we work. And I'm just gonna like wrap it around to we're making the nose, if I didn't say that. And I'm actually gonna cut this salvage edge off. It's just kind of like lumpy. So we wanna have like less bulk. And then, oops. Just gonna keep putting on glue. Just be careful, the hot glue and the fabric, because the glue will kind of like ooze through the fabric and burn your hand. You don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go around and keep adding glue and hopefully not burn myself. And just because I want to pull that tight around there. Honestly, the glue feels nice because my hands are freezing. Okay, let me just add a little bit more in here where we have our little folds. Just so that it stays. It's funny, I don't know if I really like gnomes. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird that that's what I'm making for my front door. I don't know, sometimes I think they're creepy and sometimes I think they're cute, but hopefully this one comes out cute and not creepy. But I'm not the one who's going to be looking at it because I'll be inside the house. So hopefully my neighbor across the street doesn't think it's creepy. Okay. All right, so I'm just kind of, and I mean, if you wanted to like, you know, I don't know, secure that or whatever, I'm just going to cut it all off. I'm not really worried about it. We'll cut most of it off, I should say. Probably like fabric scissors would be best, not just random scissors. And we didn't get to the fun, messy part yet, but oh my gosh, this fur, I'm like not even kidding, it just makes me itch. All right, so we'll put that in the garbage. All right, so here's our nose. So put that to the side. It's garbage. And just so I don't off over here. Okay, so now when you're working with fur, it's gonna like explode. And it's all staticky. I'll show you a little trick. So you always want to cut your fur from the back. Depending on what fur you have, I don't know. When you look at the back, it's like a fabric on the back, and then the little bits of fur attached to it. So it's gonna have a direction of what way it actually kind of hangs. And if you look, you could see the fur is attached and it hangs down, so this way. So if we made the beard and had our beard shaped that way, the fur would be kind of going sideways. So we want to make sure this one isn't super directional, but some of the different ones, especially if it's like a longer fur. I don't know what you call that, but. And then when you cut, you only want to cut the backing. You don't want to actually cut the fur, which sounds strange, but. And I like to just kind of draw with a marker first. Just trying to do this without like knocking the camera down here. So I'm just kind of putting this down just to get an idea of like how long I want the beard. And this fur is like going to be it's already all over me. All over the sign. all over the surface rather. Okay. So you don't want to just go and, like normally with fabric, if you're doing something like this with fabric, you'd want to just try to like take the least amount as possible off. But with this, you want to pay attention to the direction of everything, because you'll get a better result. So we're going to just kind of go with like this. So I'm just doing this just to make sure that I cut it like big enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be like perfect. I mean, not too many people come to the front door. All right, and then obviously like up here, we'll just cut it straight across. Let me just give it, so like a little bit of, okay, so that's our like basic shape. And I'm sure if you're one of those people that you like patterns and everything, I'm sure there's, somebody's got like a pattern or whatever on YouTube. And this is to have it come out the best, you want to use an X-Acto knife. And you're just going to take it, and we're just kind of holding it and pulling it tight, and then just dragging the X-Acto knife. Don't worry if you're not exactly on your line. Just try not to cut your surface, especially if you're like on your kitchen table or something. I'm actually kind of lifting it up a little bit. And I'm just cutting through the backing. So by cutting this way, which I'll show you kind of, okay, hopefully not cutting myself. You might need scissors to get the little salvage edge. Okay. I'll show you why you want to cut it this way, because you'll really see it when I get it apart here. There's going to be just, oops. Okay, so our beard got a little crazy there. It went way off the line. That's okay though. Hopefully it won't look too bad. Just kind of, it catches like the lines that are in it, and it kind of just had its own way. So we're not actually cutting the fur on the front, so that's why it's kind of doing that. And it's going to make a big mess, but it would make an even bigger mess if you cut it with scissors. Okay. actually made some gnomes, like, I don't know, a while ago. And I had like gray, like a gray and white, like variegated fur. I have it all like in a bag, what I, didn't use, but I still find the pieces floating around in here. It's like glitter. Same thing. You're never going to get rid of it. Okay. So let me just get this out of the way. Okay. So if you look, your edge, it's like a nice like furry edge. Whereas like where you look where I got it at the store, I mean, and it's not maybe so noticeable on this fur, but like some of the fur is like right here is like really short. Some of it's long, just kind of depending on where, like when they zipped through with the scissors. Okay, so, oh my God, this is like, oh, it's like floating all over. Okay, so, get this closed. And you know what, if you did this and you decided like this isn't big enough, or, whatever, you could always go and add another piece. Okay, so hopefully this is big enough. All right, it might not be. I might have to add more. I think because this fur is kind of short, like it's, oh my God. And so that's what we're going to put that in there. Oops. All right, I'm just going to glue it right to the back of, okay, just to make sure it was dry, the back of our surface. And it's not going to take much glue at all. Oops. Now I did have some trim that I was going to put across this, like right, I was going to put trim across here, but when I put the trim next to the fur, it actually, like, even though they weren't the same color, it kind of looked the same color. So we're going to do something else. So I'm not really worried about this side too much. Oh my gosh, it's so itchy. Like, I'm not worried about that so much, but we're going to just put, let's see, hopefully that's the middle, since I'm just randomly going here. All right. And we're just going to, I'm going to try to keep it kind of angled up, because we're going to hide it a little bit. I might add another layer of the fur. Let's see. So I'm just holding it in place here until that glue dries. Maybe I just add a little bit. Just so it, let's see. I feel like from my angle, this does not even look like it's in the middle, but let me just pick it up. It's kind of a little to the side. He's got a crooked nose. We'll just go with that. Okay. What did I do? Oh. So now, because I want to tie it in with what I've already done. So I'm going to like put this ribbon on there. But now all these pieces, I actually cut short because I was going to use them in other, other projects, and then we'll actually add them into my wreaths that I did, but it didn't work out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's see, I just want it to just barely wrap around on that side. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue just right here to hold it in place. Just put a glue stick. Just to kind of hold it for me. All right, and I want to bring it down so that I can cover all my ugly mess I made. Okay. And now I'm going to just take another piece. And I'm not going to worry that this doesn't meet up because I'm going to hide it. So same thing, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right here to kind of just hold it in place for me. I feel like I literally have like this fur like all over me. Okay, and now we'll just, let's see how much of this we cut off. And again, kind of just keep it down that way. So we're gonna just tack it in place. Ooh, that was hot. So what we're doing is we're just kind of hiding that edge where the two pieces, like where our hat and our beard come together. Oops. And then I just... So I don't want to do like a big line of glue across because I don't want to have it... I can't even think what I'm trying to say. Because I have the nose here, it's not like it's going to lay flat, and it's kind of curved a little too, so at the bottom. Oh, I keep forgetting that it is coming right through, and I keep sticking my finger right in the glue. Okay. And I'm fine with it being kind of loose like that, because you're not going to really be able to tell. So this ribbon does have like a little wire in it, so it is going to go around the other side for us nicely. And I'll glue the back after. I just want to kind of not take 5 years here. Okay. So I do want to make these look a little bit neater right here. And I can always add, you know, add more stuff to it to kind of hide this better. But let's see. Come on, stick. Oh my gosh, I keep knocking this over. Okay. Now, where we have our little seam in that, I have, let's see. I don't really want to put like bows or anything on it, but I do have some like greenery. Hold on, because I wasn't really prepared for this part. A pine cone, just a little, you know, just a little something to kind of spice him up a little bit. Oh, and if you've seen any of my other videos where I try to cut wire and I struggle, like I have no strength, I bought these new clippers. So they, it's like effortless. They make me feel very strong. Okay. So let's see, we'll just kind of, maybe I'll put this underneath. Yeah. All right. So now we'll put a lot of glue. So we'll just hide our little not mistake, but I'm just trying to I want something to push down on it and not my fingers. So you could also, if you had a staple gun, staple this right into it. As long as your staples aren't so long that they're gonna, go through your whatever your backing is. So maybe we'll cut a little piece off of this. So this is just like a floral pick that I kind of just like ripped a bunch of stuff apart because I was doing a garland in my kitchen. All right, just kind of figure out where I want it here. So I just have a bunch of basically like scraps. I probably should put it right on it. Like I'm so afraid to burn myself. I have like given myself like blisters with the hot glue gun. Come on. And then basically we'll be using the like pine cone to kind of hide this. Come on. Oh, it's like taking forever to dry. So this is actually, I should figure it out, like the cost of this, because the project I did that I made it into a witch hat, I figured out it was like less than $5 because it was the piece of board that I painted black. And then I just took a pick from the craft store that was, I don't know, I think it was like a couple dollars, and then it was 50% off. So it was like a very budget friendly project. All right. I just don't know how well this will hold because it's right on the ribbon. Let me see if I have some berries. I have berries that are like too close in size to the pine cone, I think. So I'm just going to actually tuck this other piece underneath it just because I like to, I don't know, so it looks a little more unified. So, okay. So I'm going to put this piece just right under it. So it looks like they were kind of intertwined. And now I'm still kind of looking at the beard. It might not be like enough. So we'll see. I might add more beard behind it. But you could also go and make a mustache, whatever you wanted. Oh, the beard is definitely way. Yeah, I'll cut another piece and add it behind it. So here is our gnome. And again, it matches with my front door. I don't know, it's kind of hard to show the whole thing. And then hopefully this shows up against the white of my front door, but at least this part definitely will. So that is our project for tonight. And I think it looks really cute. So, but I'll cut another piece and I'll add that, and then I'll take a picture and post it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your night.